Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and welcome to this week's Pick 5. Now we are 1 week into the busy fall market, and so far it has been exactly as I expected. It's been crazy. Where should I start, I guess? Well, let's see, some sales. Last night we had 9 offers on a condo listing in Liberty Village. The night before we had also 9 offers on Little Victorian on Palmerston. We have had 70 showings on one of our other condo listings. And what did we bring out yesterday? We brought out Crocker, $799, little semi-detached bungalow near Trinity Bellwoods Park. 30 showings in less than 24 hours. 30 showings, not actual showings, but showings booked in less than 24 hours. Anyways, I could bore you with the details, but it has been really, really busy. And today I thought, why not go somewhere we haven't been before? Last week I did a Pick 5, and in that Pick 5 was a unit on Brockton. And someone emailed me and said, where's Brockton Village? Is that Beaconsfield Village? No, it's not. Beaconsfield Village is Beaconsfield's Village, and Brockton Village is Brockton Village. So today I thought, you know what? I'm going to go and look in Beaconsfield Village, in Brockton Village, and see what's there. You know what's there? Some pretty cool houses. Now there's one thing about this area which I found interesting, and that is how some of these houses are being sold. And I'll tell you right off the bat, relists and relists, right? And it doesn't matter if it's low end or high end. And I don't think that that's unique to this area. I think more than anything, it's just kind of coincidence with these houses. So I've also got a personal connection with these because clients of ours that we're seeing this afternoon, actually, they've got a house in the area, and one of these houses is in the comparable package that we've prepared for them. Another one of these houses is on the same street as other clients of ours who want an evaluation on their house. What's our house worth, they keep saying. Well, guess what? The house 4 or 5 doors down from you is up for sale. I think we'll have a pretty good idea very soon. Okay, so that's why I can't see. Let's take a look at the map here, guys. I have a new web camera. Remember I left my camera at my buddy's place for the fantasy football draft, and I said, did you find my web camera? He said, nah, man, I don't know. Jeff, I want my camera back. Okay, so let's take a look at the map here, guys. So this says Little Portugal, right? Now, it's funny because when you kind of zoom in, here we go. Now it says Beaconsfield Village. So Beaconsfield's Village is here, and Brockton Village is up here. Now, they're both very small little hamlets within the city. They're both kind of made up names, right? And that's what real estate agents do. That's what people do, right? Where do you live? You don't just say the street. You want to name a cool place. So Brockton Village we'll save for another day. Today we're going to look at Beaconsfield Village because what I found in this area, as I mentioned, are some pretty cool spots. Now, down here is not really Beaconsfield Village, but there's a house there I wanted to show you. Up here, again, it's on the east side of Ossington. Is it really Beaconsfield Village? Well, it's a pretty cool house. It's owned by an NHL hockey player. Unlike the newspapers, I'm not going to say who. Remember when John Tavares bought his house? And the newspapers were literally like, John Tavares bought this house. And they published not just the address and the price, but the photos. That is so invasive, and I really think that steps over the line in what should be accepted in journalism. Anyways, so we're going to take a look at these properties. We're going to go from about $1.4 million up to almost $4 million. So if you are not familiar with this area, and you say, wait a minute, did you say $4 million? Yes, there are $4 million at Ossington and Halton. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. That's what's crazy about downtown right now. There's a house earlier I was looking at. It's on Stewart Street. And you think Stewart and you think condos, right? Well, there's an actual house and it's $2.8 million. There's a pool in the backyard. Where do you live? Oh, I live downtown. Oh yeah, in a condo? No, I got a house on Stewart. On Stewart? Yeah, it's really neat. It's really tranquil, lots of trees. I got a pool. Really? Yes, that is the kind of real estate that exists in this city. Okay, so let's take a look at the map here, guys, or we were just looking at the map. So we're going to jump right into the listings. So this is 38 Collahie. 38 Collahie. One of the most mispronounced street names, and for good reason. So what we've got here, as you can tell, is a Victorian. And for the life of me, I don't know which side of this damn thing is for sale. I hate when agents do this. Now, you know what? In fairness, it's a beautiful, beautiful look and feel to the two houses. The fact that they're different colors is kind of neat, right? Differentiates them. One of them is this kind of pewter. Is that a word? Yes. And the other's like a baby blue. I live in the Tiffany house. So let's go with this one. I think it's this one that's for sale. Now, because it says row house, it could be that it's this one and they're just being honest. It's a row house, even though it's not attached to this side. Or it could be the one in the middle, which I think it is because it's attached to that one. If you're not following me, technically, if you have 3 houses that are attached in a row and you're the one on the end, I would think that's a semi-detached because it is semi-detached, but it's actually a row. I had someone yell at me once for a listing that I had, I believe, on Boston Avenue for something like that. Great. So the first thing that I will show you that I find incredibly unique is this. Now, it's not a private driveway because whether it's this house or this house, it's not from the street. That would mean it's a lane and these people are, not familiar with real estate terminology. But the fact that it has parking in this area is great because so many of these houses don't. So we're at $1,399,000. We're a 3-bed, 2-bath. You've got a 4-piece upstairs and a 3-piece downstairs, so you do have 2 showers. Now the house itself, that's 36 and that's 38. So it is this one. Okay. See, I thought maybe it was that one. So they should call this a semi. House itself, there we go. Corner lot, really pretty. And then on the inside with the Victorian, we do this a lot in Trinity Bellwoods. We do this, am I over here? I don't know what's happening with the camera. We'll just leave that. We do this a lot in Cabbagetown. We look for the original character and charm. And in this house, this is probably not original, but the wainscoting's made to look vintage, right? Same with the kind of wrought iron here and the crown molding. What I don't love right off the hop is the position of this TV and there's no closet, right? So we walk into one of these small houses and look, where do you put your coats? So maybe in here, coat racks? Do we have a closet somewhere? And then you've got a pretty snug little living space. So again, what do you expect for a house that's $1.4 million? And what do you expect for a house that's this size, that's a Victorian? There's a lot of excuses we could make. And some people might call it condo alternative-ish. I'd hate to think it is. But at the same time, it's not a massive living space. The kitchen's pretty nice. I'll give it that. Now, in terms of the style, this is cabinetry you might expect to find in like a North Toronto, Forest Hill kind of home 10 years ago or something. Does it really fit with the Victorian style? I'll let you decide. Some people want everything to look like it's from the Victorian era, including furniture, which we saw there and which we'll see in a few minutes. I don't understand this chair in the corner. So this is obviously not staged. This is obviously very, very personalized. And you start to see some elements that haven't been updated, like the bathroom. This is a vanity that we see everywhere in tiny bathrooms. Okay, so upstairs, now it's getting real personalized. We got a little statue here. We got men climbing down the wall. I mean, some of us own G.I. Joes and we put them on display in full battle gear. No, I don't do that. That's crazy. That's called dressed. Yeah, dressed Joes. My Joes are standing at attention, just so you know. Okay, so we've got the ladder upstairs, which we don't really know if we're going to be using. It doesn't, I'm not a huge guy, not a small guy, but I don't know if that ladder is going to support any of us. And then again, you get into the master, and again, very, very personal. One of the MLS photos is always not working. There we go. And in here, this is the basement. Decent ceiling height. This is a very cool coffee table, an old sled. That's a really neat piece. And it's just very, very, very personalized. So, that's theirs. Interesting. Mea culpa. I would call that a private drive. I would call that a private drive. Now, in my defense, I didn't know which house it was because they called it a row house and they took a picture of 2 houses. This is not lane parking. If it was off the back of the house, and we're really, really splitting hairs here, off the back of the house, I would call it lane parking. Because this is off the side street and no, it's not out front, I would call it a drive. It is a private drive. Okay, so here you see the back of the house, which is, that's the front of the house. This would be the side of the house. Holy moly. I do actually like the array of the order of these photos. So that's where we just were, was right there. And there you can see, yes, private, so extremely rare in the downtown core. And you know what? I'll give them this. This is getting better and better. The fact that they have 1.5, 2, 3 photos of this, they're really milking this. Yeah, parking in the city. Thank you. Wow. And there's the upstairs terrace, which, as I did not point out, is up here. So what do we think of this, guys? I mean, I think it's a really, really unique house. So they've got the parking. They have the private. I'm sorry. It's not off the front, it's off the side. It's a corner lot. It's only 13.75 by 69. That's a pretty snug house. Now, because it's a corner lot, a lot of that land is usable by you, but it's not included in your actual dimensions because it's city land. So I'm going to show you the history of this house, and you tell me what's up. So here we see the entire history of the property, dating back to times when you don't even want to know what houses cost. So we begin our journey here at $1,499,000 in June, listed by a discount firm. Then they hired a different agent in July, $1,499,000. In July, $1,499,000. In August, $1,399,000. And here we see we are at $1,399,000. So let me just change this around here. We're going to see the days on market and sort by list date again. Sorry, guys. So we've been on the market here for 22 days, 8 days, 17 days, 26 days, and now we're on the market for 5 days. So it's not an eternity, but it's enough to tell me this house is not worth $1,399,000. So I think that it's very, very personalized. I think there was way too much of this owner's individual tastes and preferences, whether it was with furniture or whether it was with artwork or what have you. I think that they're selling this based on that parking, that lot, which is very unique, and I don't blame them. But in terms of location, you know, you are walking distance to Dundas, which I also think is really important. So now if we click on this map here, okay, we're at the corner of Gladstone and Collahie. So here it is. Now let's just take a little tour here. And you can see here Dundas, and this is the house. So I don't know. I mean, on paper, I'll give it the value, but the fact that it's not selling tells me that maybe it is a bit overpriced. Okay, so let's take a look at the next one here. Oh, is that better? Huh, my bad. Okay, no, we won't edit that out. We're all live action here. So the next one is 10 Stonehouse Crescent. So let's go to the map first here, because you probably never heard of Stonehouse Crescent. So this is an interesting little spot, because you would have a hard time finding this street if you had to. Stonehouse is one block between Gladstone, which runs south one way, and between Dufferin. So it's a very quiet street. There's no through traffic, and that's when you're going to ask, well, hello, what about parking? Because on the street there, it's very difficult to get a space. There is two-car parking off the laneway. So what we've got here, guys, is $1,499,000 for a detached 2.5 story, 20 by 99, 3 beds, 4 baths, and then you've got a basement apartment. So on the whole, this thing's looking pretty sharp. We have a 3 bed, 3 bath, and we have basement income with a 1 bed, 1 bath. Now the house itself, again, really nice shape, okay? Like the high ceilings, like the open concept. It's a 20-foot lot. Remember, Collahie was, what, a 13 and change? So it's nicely modernized, right? We've got radiant heat, so we don't have forced air, which means we're not going to have central air because there are no ducts. But I really like this place. Super open. Kind of reminds me of this place I sold on Indian Grove. Not the same thing if you're watching this, Indian Grove people. I just mean because the kitchen has the brick. This wood table's in the middle. They're probably like so insulted because their house blows us out of the water. I just meant the layout. Okay, edit that out. No, this is what I meant, because they have a brick back here and then they have the bathroom there. Okay, that's what I was getting at. So again, I like that it's modernized. I like that it's got this original character in the brick, and I think that's what people are looking for in this area, right? You don't want the typical Leaside, right, semi-detached, the Davisville house. This is very, very different. So at the back here, we've got a nice little mudroom. That's an interesting photo. I probably might, maybe, definitely get rid of that wallpaper. And then upstairs, we get into maybe some of the personal stuff, right? Maybe that's a Peloton, right? Maybe someone was being inundated with those ads on TV and then on their phone, and they're like, all right, I'll just buy one. Didn't happen to me. I actually bought like a $400 bike for my wife because I thought maybe she'd, never use it. Now we're pregnant, so she's not using it. But a buddy of mine was like, those things make great clothing racks. Everyone blows $4 grand on them and they never use them. Sorry, we were doing this. Okay, great principal room sizes for a nursery, right? Unbelievable. Bathroom. This actually could have been an old bedroom. Look at the size of the darn thing. It's really, really tough in a house like this to get a bathroom that big. This photo's not going to work, which is probably the master. That's too bad. Okay, now here's the basement. And here's the apartment. So yeah, you've got some pipes happening here, but you know what? Great ceiling height, nicely renovated. This thing will rent. This thing will do very well. What, $1,500 a month? And here's your backyard, right? Which is literally in between your garage and your house. So very urban living, right? This is all you're getting. You're not getting any grass. but you're not getting any grass. There's nothing to mow. So I want to try to go back to that one photo that MLS did not load, which is this one, which is not going to load. Is there any way we can zoom in on that? Just humor me here. Can we zoom in on this? Okay. Don't know if this is working. Talking anyways, words and things. That is the master bedroom. Really nice big bedrooms. That being the master, and then as I said, we'll go back to this one, right? And then we've got this here. And this little tandem, they didn't count as a bedroom, which is nice because I think a lot of people would have. So guys, I think this is going to sell for a number. I really, really do. $1,499,000 is merely a starting point. This is a massive house. It's in a great location. It's got basement income. It's in really, really, really nice shape. So I would be shocked if they did not get over 1.7 for this. I also would not be shocked if they didn't get 1.8, 1.85. Beyond that, wow, what a number. Okay, so let's move on to the next one here. We've got 1C Givins. So where's 1C Givins? Well, it's the one that I mentioned that's not really in Beaconsfield Village. It's across from what do they call this now? It name changes so often. CAMH, we'll just call it CAMH. Don't want to know what it was called in the 1800s. So I put this in here, we'll go through it pretty quick, just because I thought it makes an interesting comparison to some other places that I've seen recently. So 1C Givins, it's a 2-bed plus 1, 3-bath, and then $1,499,000, right? Let me show you this. 39 Minto. So 39 Minto, right? 3-bed, 3-bath, 30 by 25, you know, no basement, right? Infill project, not bad. Looks like a row of townhouses, maybe they're condominiumized, they're not. Minto's down at Eastern and Leslie. And then we got 1C Givins. So you're seeing a lot of this kind of thing, right? They're, you know, maybe built on what could have been there before. Empty lot, and someone put together a little land assembly and build new. I think the rub here is that it's only 2 beds. And I think for a lot of people, that's, you know, that's not gonna work. This looks like a very, very, very nice and larger version of what the condo townhouses that we see. You take a look inside and you'll see, again, some things are reminiscent here, right, of I feel like I'm down at Stadium. Come up the stairs, here's the kitchen. This is a way bigger living dining, but it's got the same feel, right? This is vertical living. And here you can see out back, you've got the outdoor space. This is really cool, I gotta say. But it's decent, right? We've got 6-person dining. We've got a reasonable amount of living. And then we head upstairs. Oh, kitchen, okay. Right? And then we head upstairs. So we've got a little den, bedroom, not bad, bathroom's really nice, okay? Looking at a garbage, but what are you gonna do? Then we've got a huge bathroom, and then wow, we have a man cave, aggressive. I don't know what's happening here, but it looks pretty cool. I never like pool, I much prefer ping pong. So you can see why I like this place, obviously. It's very, very cool. Little outdoor space, don't forget about the AC blaring at you. And then we've got this little area here that services the outdoor space. This is the perfect party place. This would be up top, right? And there you go. So you can see what I mean by, you know, like a bigger, better version of a lot of the townhouses we see in Liberty Village or down on Crawford, Shaw, up on Adelaide, Shank, etc. Okay, so I'm gonna move on because I just kind of threw that one in there. Now I wanna go to 259 Dovercourt. So 259 Dovercourt, of course, is in Prime. Little Portugal, no. When we zoom in, you can see obviously now it turns to Beaconsfield Village. Are you gonna do it? Google, please? Google, hello? How come I did it before? I don't know, I don't understand the way that this works. Anyways, as you can see, yes, this is Brockton Village, this is Beaconsfield Village, and we're a stone's throw here from Prime Dundas. So it's an awesome location. Now it is on Dovercourt, so of course it's busier. Our parking is lane. So I've done blogs before about backing out and driving in to your parking space, your driveway on, like, I don't know, O'Connor. Thankfully, this one has parking at the back. Now, I'm gonna show you this, 171 days on the market. And you're like, why are you showing me this stale listing? Well, I wanna show you the listing history. 2.15, they have not reduced the price, right? Check it out, 2.15. So take a look at the photos because this house is gorge. So from the exterior, amazing. A lot of builders these days are not doing anything on the outside. Why, I don't know. You're selling it based on the photos on MLS. Yeah, true, you're gonna get people to come and see it because the photos inside are gorgeous. But then when they show up, their first impression is there's no front lawn, the steps aren't done, there's no railings. I don't know, what am I looking at? So, as I said, 2.15 million in this area, not big money. We're gonna see a $4 million house in a bit. Now this thing is beautiful. I love the finishes, I love the layout. Now it might be a little skinny, right? We have 2 chairs here, we're doing some funny things with the camera, but the depth of the house is amazing. And this too reminds me of, oh, I wanna say, is it Euclid? Oh man. Where are those blue townhouses? north of Dundas. This is a terrible story because I can't remember, but I've got a client in there, and now he's going to be like, you don't know where I live. Cool story. Okay. So, yes, I meant that it's the same layout. It is long, kitchen at the back. There we go. Very nice staging, I got to say. And I love, love, love these black windows. This is what I have. I just sold a house last night. Beautiful house, and it has the exact same thing. I think it's really cool. Okay. Yeah, this reminds me of my client friend's place on, I can't remember. I'm sorry. So we're going upstairs now, and it's less spectacular because it's probably not staged. I knew it. This is what they do. They cheaped out. Okay. So a lot of times when you have a house that is looking at other houses, we do windows like this, or we do windows high up, or we do a tiny little window like this. So it's a huge house, right? 4 beds. I mean, do you need it? I don't know. Everyone seems to have a rooftop when you live in the city. They really should have staged this. Half measures, you know? And there's the basement, right? So this tells me here that maybe they dug this thing out and they didn't do like a full underpinning. There's a bit of benching there, but that's a great little rec room. And then you can tell there's some other infill projects at the back here. So let's take a look at the listing history. And what have we got? Let's sort by contract date. Okay, so we were at 2.4. And how long were we at 2.4 for? Oh man. We were at 2.4 for 28 days. We're at 295 for 39 days. Now we're sitting at 215 for 171 days. That's a long time. That is a long time. We're almost a half a year. That's someone that's just saying, look, I know what I got. I don't care what you think about it because I know what I'm getting for my house. I mean, I don't know what they'd take today. If I saw 171 days in the market, sure wouldn't tell my client to pay more than $2 million for this place. Now I'm guessing that probably represents a break even. So let's take a look back here. This is in 2007. This was sold as land, $890,000, right? Big old dump. Look, vacant lot. Isn't that funny? What do you think the person that owned this house thought of that? Land. Anyways, so I love this house. I think it's absolutely beautiful. It is very representative of what people are doing in this area. You know, just might be a bit pricey. And who needs a 4-bed, 4-bath, right? Okay, now, mind blown. We're into something really cool. This is getting really long. I should move along here, guys. Okay, so 103 Northcote, 2.389 million. This is a gorgeous Victorian. You know when you can tell this just looks clean? You know what I mean? Clean brick. They sandblasted it, they acid washed it, they did something to it to give it this look. I love this. 3-story, 17 by 123, 3-bed, 5-bath, has a detached 2-car garage. This thing is gorgeous. So in here, yes, it is a Victorian, and it is super modern. I love the wall detail. Beautiful. The floors. This style, these floors, this is what I have in my house. Really, really light. Doesn't show dirt. I keep looking up here for the camera. Modern, you might call it transitional. This is really neat. Yeah, they had the same handles here at this house I just sold. I think I just mentioned that one. I love it. I love it. I really do. This style's grown on me a lot. So when I first wanted to buy a home, I wanted like really traditional. And I ended up buying this transitional style house, which I loved the location. I loved the layout. I loved everything about it so much. I didn't love the finishes. And now I got to say it's really grown on me. So maybe I'm lucky in that respect. See, black windows. This is what I mean, right? Very, very cool. Love this color floor. You know, and sorry, I kind of went off on a tangent there. It's not like me. But I bought this house that wasn't really the style that I liked, but I think that it's growing on me, and it's kind of neat because it's almost like you bought ahead, right? You might have bought something that you would have liked at the time. Maybe you wouldn't have liked it in a few years. So I don't know. I really lucked out in that respect. There's your rooftop terrace. I'm just kind of clicking through these. This is literally like real estate porn right now. It's just a beautiful house. Just absolutely gorgeous. Wow. Wow. Really amazing. Really, really amazing. 103 Northcote. So there you go. We're right in the heart of Beaconsfield. Literally right in the middle, right? We're not too close. We're not too far. In between Queen and Dundas. Great spot. I mean, when you think about it, if you're into the nightlife and you're into restaurants and all that, which I'm really not, you've got Queen here, you've got Ossington here, and you've got Dundas here. There really could not be like a better box to be in if you are into all of those amenities. So here's the house as they were renovating them, right? For sale, 101 Northcote. They did them both at the same time. And you're going to want to see the listing history. So let's go take a look at that. please, MLS. If you could, that would be great. Okay, so we can see that they were at 2489, and how long were they there for? They were 28 days. So they were a month. That's not bad. They listed in the summer, not the best time to list. Now they're at 2389. Guys, I'm going to tell you something. I think this house is worth every penny of 2389 and more. I really do. What I'm saying is if it sold for 2489 on the first day that it was listed, I would have said, wow, that person got a great house. This is absolutely, positively gorgeous. The problem, if there is one, is with the buyer pool. Not everyone is looking for this. This location, this price point, this style. But for the person that is, oh God, this is the kind of house that I wish I had when I meet that client that describes it, and then I remember it. Oh, remember that one house if I could only find something else like it. All right, last but not least, guys, 118 Givins. So this is interesting because they just did a price change, right? What were they listed at before? 3.7 million. What are they listed at now? 3.688. Honey, did you see Givins was reduced by $12,000? Maybe now we should strike. So anyways, I don't know what that's about. Maybe the 88 has some cultural significance. So 118 Givins, this was sold a couple of years ago. This was bought and renovated by, I think it was a real estate agent I used to know. Then it was bought by, I think I mentioned, an athlete. It's detached, it's unique, and it's really cool. Look at the roof. I mean, do you see that anywhere? Like outside of like California? The brick details? Unbelievable stuff. So if you're looking for unique, this is it. Now this combines some traditional elements with some very modern elements as well, right? The gold, we just saw this at Northcote, right? This is really, really traditional here. And floor, right? Notice the same color, okay? This looks like it's original. All of the moldings, all the wainscoting, really, really traditional style. I think it's super cool. The marble wall, that's aggressive, yeah, okay. Right, and then they've got some glass here, which is kind of modern. So it's a nice little mix. Interesting. Wow, that's a big old fridge, huh? So, $4 million bucks, huh? I can't believe it. Look at the ceiling detail. Wow, gorge, gorge. Okay, so here we've got upstairs. That can't be the master. Can two people fit in this little bed? Man, when I got a king, I mean, I never look back. Just never look back. All right. So this looks like upstairs they've turned one of the bedrooms into a rec room. We've got one photo that doesn't work as always. And then upstairs, so this is interesting. Is this the master? Are they living on the third floor? Maybe. If this is a walk-in too, an unbelievable bathroom. Now I don't personally love this style. It's funny, I don't know if you noticed what I was doing there. A lot of third floors, they just have this. You wouldn't expect this. So again, not my taste at all, but look at the size of this damn thing. Look at the size. That's what we call a team shower. Showering up next, the entire offensive line. And then upstairs. Like even for a rooftop terrace, look how ornate this is. Look at the amount of detail, treetops and everything. Wow, this is so cool. That's the backyard. Guy's got a big old grill here. And that's the basement. It's a beautiful house. Beautiful house. It looks like they're using this too, right? Got spices here, dishes here. I don't know, maybe it's a live-in for the parents or something. Anyways, so there you go, guys. It says apartment. I highly doubt, you need the income. Anyways, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Now, let's take a look here at the listing history. And again, we're gonna sort by this. Okay, so 1,198,000, right? That's what it looked like. And then maybe we had a private deal and it came back out for 3.2. What was it at? Yeah, 3.2. And eventually we sold for 3,050,000. So we sold for 3,050,000. When did we sell for 3,050,000? We sold in 2017. And then it was leased for $8,000. And now they're looking to sell it. They were at 3.7. Let me show you the days on market. Oh, now I'm going to sort again. We are at 3.7 for 22 days, then we came back out at 3.7 and dropped it 12 grand. Anyways, so guys, let's go back to the map here. Beaconsfield Village. Thank you, Google, Beaconsfield Village. It's a really, really cool spot. You are sandwiched in between Queen Street, Ossington, and Dundas, which has some of the best restaurants and best hotspots there are in the city. And you are smack dab in the middle, like this one in Northcote that I'm literally drooling over. Not to be confused with Brockton Village, which is a completely different area. What I find interesting about this area is that you're starting at 1.399, you're going up to $3.7 million. You might not expect to see houses of this quality in this area, but they do indeed exist. And I feel like a lot of people have absolutely positively no idea where this area is. Anyways, guys, that is it for me. Really busy market, got to get back to. Not going to the family barbecue this evening. Have not told my wife yet. I don't know when the right time to spring that on her is, but it's the job. Anyways, guys, have a fantastic weekend. See you next week. Bye for now.